Hi, everybody. How are you? This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage. Thank you so much for being here to pick up this message. All the information about me is below. For those of you who've been following along, you know that I'm leaving soon. I'm in, my guides just said, I'm in hot pursuit, which means getting ready to go. And as always, behind schedule and things happen when they're meant to and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do my best to bring forward a message today that I got on the eclipse on July 2nd when I traveled across for my own reinitiation. My guides are saying, preparing me to step into the new things in my own life and aligning myself with the energy that is actually happening, the shifts that are coming. So I've been since then really trying hard to figure out, I got a massive visual download. I've been processing it, trying to figure out what does that mean and how do I say what is it I'm meant to say. So today's finally the day. Oh yeah, all right, so I'm just going to put the cards down. We're going to jump in. So welcome if you're new. It's wonderful to have you here. I am here to serve everybody, and particularly the community of light workers, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. My guides have been saying it only matters that you do it. And now they're talking about the Dalai Lama. I guess the Dalai Lama said something like that. Okay, so I'm just going to stream a little bit the things that are coming through, and we're going to, okay, my guides are saying, and we'll do the usual, like stream the messages through the cards. And acknowledging that I didn't do any readings last week because I was so deep in my own process, I just wasn't available for it. I'm going to do my best to get some readings out this week because we're sailing into this full moon in Pisces. So please go and look at Molly McCord and Pamela Gregory or whoever your favorite astrologers are so that you truly understand what's happening. And I'm going to speak to that in the reading to the best of my ability. And my guides have been telling me, please ask people to share the message on your social media so that it can go out as widely as possible. And as always, click the like button and give me a hug. My guides are like, that's how you hug me and say thank you. I'm leaving here in the very early part of October. I have closed out my calendar for personal readings. I will continue to be available, but you will have to send me an email now. Go to my website, link is below, and it's going to have to be done manually because day to day I don't know where I'm going to be and all of that. All right, so I can do your reading, but I cannot, let's see, I can't take the risk of having the self-scheduling go forward. All right, so let's jump in. I'm just going to ask my guides to please be forward and be here with everyone. And we'll start with this. So part of what's happening, of course, is factors of sacrifice. The things that cause us to feel we are sacrificing something for the greater good. That's what my guides want to speak about, and they wanted me to understand the factors of human history and human destiny and how they are tied together. I know there's a concepts that you understand. All right, so we'll make that the theme of the reading. So I'm getting a little vision about the way the reading is going to be different. So I'm just going to go with the flow, okay? So it's time for us all to be the sacred seer. Part of what we sacrifice as we go into this full moon, and timelines are literally shifting. That's what the download was about. And in that moment, what I saw was a literal avalanche of human beings falling through time and falling through history, as if you were standing on the edge of a mountain and the entire mountain crumbled and came down. Not because of destruction, but because it's a representation of what has already happened, the past of all the souls that have come here and left here and come here and left here, and how those connections, the tapestry, my guys are talking about the tapestry, how all the human connections have brought us to this moment because of the tapestry. And the things that we sacrifice now and the decisions that we make, particularly in the run up to the moon, but in the days soon following, my guides are saying, continues that process of weaving us together. All right. Amalgamation. That's the goddess Coventima. She's the sacred alchemist. Says this would be the card of temperance. And you see the portal. There's the moon, I believe, in this moment. So she has, the sacred alchemist, the universe, God, the goddess, whatever word you want to put on it, totally fine. It's all about you being able to understand for yourself. This is the moment that we're in. It does require some sacrifice because we are being required to change and step into the next part of destiny for the human timeline. And so the energies that are within you my guys just said that you encoded within yourself before you incarnated here in order to be here for this moment are being activated now. That's what's happening. And if you've been looking at the readings that have been coming out, that I've been doing about, love, quantum partnership, etc., that's part of that story. So in the moment that vision came, they want me to tell the story a little bit. I was seeing literal human figures falling through time onto the earth. And in the moment that was happening, I was standing in connection with another human being. And that connection was being transformed, was ending in that moment in order for other connections to come through. And they did on that day. 2 very profound connections came through for me. And I suspect it's true for all of us in some way, whether it's, my guys are saying human grounded love or spiritual love or quantum connection, whether it turns into a 3D thing, a relationship that we live in a place with another person. All those things are equal now. And it's time for us to literally see it. And that is the sacrifice that we're making, I believe. It's the sacrifice that I'm making. And I'm doing my best to take up the energy of the vision that I had. So there is a new timeline coming forward. My guides are saying we have stepped across a millennia now. And what has always been our destiny comes forward. And many of you know, you have your own visions. Many of the people that I'm engaged with at this point have their own visions, and they share them with me. It helps me to take up the energy to understand the visions that I have. So this is, my guide just said the prophecy. This is the prophecy about this reading and about the thing I'm attempting to attend to. And this is how we are now requested to stand in our own lives. So let me just show you this stuff. So what I'm going to do is, if I can get the readings out, I'm going to attach this to all the readings as an eye in the sky thing. So there we are, the sacrifice. Looking to the sky, wings on. We're ready to fly. We're ready to transport ourselves into a new dimension. It is the coming forward of the 4D, I think. And from that place, many of us step in and out of the 5D. Some of us live in those places already. It is not a thing of judgment. It doesn't mean you're not ready. It doesn't mean you have to raise your vibration. We all came for a reason. And we all need to be able to stand in our place and honor it, whatever it is. And therein lies the challenge. And that's part of what's going on for me, very definitely. As a person who often lives in the 5D, but walks in the 3D. So there's a tension point. May feel like a sacrifice. Okay, so my guides are talking about the highest order of sacrifice, and it's not about what we have to give up. It's about letting something go. Let's see if I can get that into the camera. All right, so that it can transform. A willingness to let go of that which we have known up till now. And whatever process you need to go through while you're doing that is a thing of beauty, my guides are saying. So that we can fly into what comes next and perhaps combine it with that which already exists. So, the seer, it is all about being in the most sacred place that exists within you. In order to let the visions come through, to open yourself up in the widest okay, into the widest energy field that exists in order to make the transition and to know the knowings that are coming to you. So, we see the painted face, all of that has an implication where we are, we are to stand to the best of our ability in this way in our own lives and to see ourselves like this now because we are. And each of us, I think, is going to get some piece. Whatever you came through with, like my guides were saying, whatever you came through with, it's going to be activated now. And the rightness of your destiny, along with human destiny, comes forward because of the alchemy of the moments, especially the run up to this Pisces full moon. And how beautiful is that? A full moon in Pisces that's literally changing human destiny into the availability of the superconscious. So they're saying the 5D. That place that we all dream about and think about, and what is that really about, and how does it affect us? Well, it may cause us to have to sacrifice something because we are literally, it's so fascinating, isn't it? We're literally going through a portal. This is the death card. Most pertinent to this reading, it's about all the things I just spoke about. The full name of the card is the Liberator of Devotion. And so we see a shamanic journey coming forward. In the old Celtic days, people believed that the soul resided within the head. So we see this depiction of a shamanic journey and the soul being carried across the portal. And it's not just the portal, it's into the energy of the sacred feminine. In order to be in the mystery of that and to bring whatever is meant to come from that back into this place. Because here's the next card. I love it. This, as my guides were just saying, so this thing that we're experiencing this year, yes, there's the eclipse in July, but it's also the new moon that we just had in Virgo. As a collective, this is what's happening. It's a prophecy. It's time for inauguration is now. The augury of knowledge. The Ace of Pentacles. New bounty coming forward because we are receiving. Let's see if I can get this. You see what's coming through? You see the portal just below the sliver of the new moon? We are touching the stone of our destiny. It is being illuminated, and so my guides are talking about the electricity that's coming through the stone because of the way the illustration is. Yes, it's an ancient prophecy, it's an ancient wisdom, but there's literally electronic activation coming now. So this is about spiritual activation and therefore self-actualization. And we see again this depiction of feminine energy who is transforming. The hair is turning blue, the garment's turning blue. The moment has arrived. The prophecy that has been with us for all of human destiny about these moments, it is here now. And it is, hang on just one sec. And it is, it's about learning into the past and stepping into the past energetically while activating the future. So I've had some experiences over the last, since the eclipse, new quantum partners coming forward for me, activating me and helping me on this journey as it relates to my own life. So, of course, we are each going to have our own individual experience, and it's really important to trust the experience that's coming forward and give it all your love and attention. Okay, my guides are saying, and within the health of you. So it's time to challenge yourself. It's time to allow the challenges that come to you to really be present in your heart, mind chakra. In order to receive the transmission, right? There's an opportunity. Some of us are meant to collect it. Some of us are not. It does not, all the stuff my guides always say, it's not about judgment. Doesn't mean your vibration isn't high enough. Every vibration that you have serves all of humanity. in some way. So if this message isn't for you and you're not resonating with it, don't worry about it. Move on and go do your life. And give yourself the love and blessing to understand that there is perfection in these moments. So, let's see. Okay, they want this one next. So there we are, finishing a cycle. Those leaves that are swirling around indicate factors of overwhelm. This is the Ten of Wands. Collectively, we are putting our burdens down now. Those things that are burdening us from, they're talking about factors of humanity. The avalanche that I saw, what I saw was all the souls who have ever been here falling through time in order to collect their destiny. And the way those who travel with us sometimes travel on without us because they don't need us anymore, or we don't need them, whatever it is, that job's been finished. So I have had that experience in my life. It's can be challenging, as the Ten of Wands can be, but it is about putting down the burdens of things and people and sometimes relationships, but I think it's mostly a pattern of a way of being. That's the timeline we're coming across. Our literal pattern is changing. That's why my guides have been talking for 3 years about the importance of weaving the tapestry, and we've been doing it. They're saying, feel secure, feel secure. It's happening. Because we are now willing to see what's real, to see what's true, and to make the sacrifice that we need to make in order to make this shift that changes us and sets up a new type of vibration that is more woven together in a visible way and in a literal way. So I believe that more quantum partners are going to show up for each of us. Many of us are going to experience that in love relationships, but the way we engage in love is changing. I was just talking with one of my quantum partners last night about this. If we really think we want the 5D, in the 5D, there kind of are no love relationships the way we do them now. We don't need them. Things change. And don't get nervous, because I don't think we're there yet, but we are taking the next step, and we're doing it as a collective. And there's all the wisdom. And each one of these power holders, wisdom indicators, are present inside all of this energy of amalgamation, alchemy, and many of them are about sacred vision. The elk is about having the stamina for the long journey. And we see the indication of Pisces right at our head, right? Well, like that, my guys are saying, see, like that illustration about the head being carried across, because that's where the thought was the soul resides. So I think we're going to be less in our heads now. That thing that we use as our thinking brain is going to have a more equal partnership with our knowing places. That's we are developing into the seer. Because this is the prophecy, what my guys want to talk about. This is us. Always in my readings, unless I indicate otherwise. So here's what we're experiencing on the earth. And many of you know about the way the prophecy has been spoken. You know about what's happening with the beautiful Capricorn serving us so deeply. All the earth signs, each in their own way. And it's going to be more important, I think, to understand the energy strands within the astrology and how they all meld together and weave the tapestry. So I think it's going to be a time to look really deeply into your astrology. My guys are talking about Vedic astrology. So if you have the means and you have the ability, go and get a Vedic astrology reading, along with whatever Western astrology understanding you already have. It's about looking into the depths in order to understand yourself as an energetic being, an instrument, a vessel, now being woven together with the tapestry in order to create the cloth, my guides are saying, the new fabric of humanity. All right. So what comes next as the bridge card, as we go across in this full moon that's coming, and because of the implication of Saturn, Venus, Neptune, and Pluto. Uranus in the mix because we have Uranus in Taurus, bringing forward the awakening in a stable way because it's in an earth sign. We're going to be able to be grounded in this energy. So we're in this period where we transform and we sing the prayers and the, okay, gosh, my guides just said mandala. So we're bringing our knowledge about what it's been because we can see both the past and the future. And I think we're now going to be able to go into the past in order to affect the future. And it is about the things that we see and the way that changes the vibration that has been here. And we're going to have to let go of some of it. Some of what we cling to make us feel safe and to make us know who we are. And so there's lots of words coming through. That's why I pause sometimes. And I'm going to hand what just came through back to my guides and ask them to pull it out in a way that's more digestible. So we're in this moment. It's the moment before you put your hands on the sword of victory, and in that moment you pray. And you have a vision. Thank you, Spirit. You have a vision. So the visions that come forward help weave the tapestry. So that's what the mandala was about. You're going to have things that you're just going to literally see. And all those visions weave together. And in the right moment, and it's interesting, isn't it? Because this is a card about the season of winter. And the way the wind in the season of winter activates the sword. And we all know, most of us know, that this Saturn-Pluto conjunction that comes forward in December and, helps us walk around the corner into the new year and all the effects that are coming forward from that point. Okay, my guys are saying, see the tip of the spear? From that point forward. Clarity, victory, the power of the sword of clarity, all those things. So that is the bridge. First comes the vision, I think, that many of us are having. We know we're making sacrifices in some way. And we make them willingly. Those of us that have to make them. We come enough through our process because of our sacred vision, our willingness to look very deeply with mystical vision into all the things that we are being caused to attend to because of what shows up in our lives now. And it is the commitments that you make in these moments that carry you forward into your destiny, because we're changing timelines. So look closely at your commitments. Ask yourself, what is it you'd like to commit yourself to, and make the commitment. And know that there will be more visions coming forward. We're going to be able to see the path forward by letting go of our attachment to the past. It's very interesting. And so that's what my guys are talking about when they say jumping timelines and things like that. Part of jumping the timeline is seeing the illusion of the past and what it brought to us and how human history has, they keep saying the word come down through the ages. So in these moments, as we come through this full moon in Pisces, about the universal super consciousness, my guides are saying, we connect with that which has always been true. And we understand ourselves as actors working together with the sacred realm. There's the tapestry literally being woven now, is being activated. So there's the sacred grandmother. That is the Queen of Pentacles. Again, we're talking about spiritual wealth, spiritual abundance, the way all the things we know and all the things we've seen and all the things that have been experienced, we're going to have some greater vision about what that avalanche of humanity and the history of humanity has been about, both the positive and what we would judge to be negative, and we understand with a more loving perspective that it's all been. Okay, they're saying brutally it's all been, for these moments. It's what we had to experience. And each soul that has fallen down from the sky into humanity has been part of the tapestry. And we've experienced all these things. And now, in this moment, because this is the realm of the soul chakra, so to speak, at least in my readings, we fall into this place. And it is about weaving together with the universe, offering our human factors through the portal, give it to Coventina, allow her to do her work. While we go through our own moments and we see what we're doing, we're putting our hand on the sword of victory. As the season of winter comes on and the wind blows, it activates the sword. So in these moments, pray, chant, meditate. They said mandala. We're talking about the mandala of humanity, or any piece of art that you want to create that's going to come straight out of this place. So stand with yourself in this place to the best of your ability. It does not mean you will not have challenges. In fact, you may have many. And it is those challenges that weave together the factors of victory and that are the literal temperance while we take this journey and come into alignment with what's happening on the sacred realm because of destiny, because of what we bring and what we have brought all the times we've come here. So that's part of what this vision was. Hang on one sec. Yeah. So they're talking about factors of vision, all those kind of things. And Spirit, let me see. What is it you want? So we're coming into, it's interesting, because I've been sitting here talking and sort of thinking, okay, I took this card out of the mix. It's because this is how they want it to show. They want the cards to reflect the words that are coming through to me. All right. So here we are, putting down the wands. We've carried the burdens far enough, and now we release ourselves because we see, right? Because we come across the portal, we end a cycle because something new is being woven together, the next part of our destiny. Okay, Spirit, what is it you want, please? Mm-hmm. Look, Ten of Swords. There we are. That's, okay, my guides are saying that's the best way to illustrate the vision that I had. Here we are, adrift on the ocean, swimming in the Pisces Sea in this moment. Souls in a boat, adrift on the ocean. Having stepping into the boat, willingly getting in the boat to allow yourself to be adrift, not knowing how to reach your destination and trusting that the universe and the energy that exists and the dark night of the soul, or whatever, however you want to interpret this, as that comes forward, there we are. We're rowing. All right, you see the soul again at the helm of the ship? And we are joining our energies, and we're diving into this place, into the ocean of the Pisces energy of universal consciousness, universal love, attending to and it's just all about going through the transformation, right? And being in a place where we can see. And look at how beautifully this is aligned. Really beautiful. To see the sacrifice, looking up into this activity, my guides are calling it. So my guides want you to know that we are not alone. You are not alone. You have these energies available to you anytime you want them. Just step into them, get in the boat. Allow yourself to feel the factors of that which may overwhelm you, because some of us are going to feel overwhelmed, probably most of us in some place. It's okay. You know, being born is not easy. Letting things go is not easy. So, okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, I was wondering why they were talking about this. Okay, so we see this image of a soul transforming. And we see the indication of Pisces right there. and all of the releasing, all of the sacrificing, all of the avalanche that, okay, guys are saying we succumb to. Yeah, putting the wands down. It's like, okay, I now choose to walk away from that which no longer serves me. Because I need my wands, my power, my passion, my ability to create, my ability to go have a new life by ending a cycle to come forward. So that, the next piece that happens, the next thing that comes happen when we go, comes, okay, they're saying comes happening by, when we go through this cycle, because our future Queen of Knowledge looks outward. She's not looking into the past anymore because humanity is letting it go on some energetic level. And we get in the boat and we sail into the Pisces full moon, into a moment of extreme clarity and extreme transformation. Activation, literal activation. And it is about spiritual knowledge. So in that way, because we're talking about the sacred feminine, of course, the High Priestess. She is the guardian of the gateway. And she's going to meet us. She's there. The Sacred Mother is there. Right? Secret knowledge being revealed because we're willing to take the journey into what is going to be taking shape now. She's firmly standing in her place. She's holding her power. She's been waiting for us. Oh, now I'm getting all choked up. All right, so, yep, Destiny's been waiting for us. And now we stand in front of this place, in front of the temple. So what I'd like to do is grab, Spirit, what do you want? Let me just check in. All right. Okay, let me just move all this over. So my guides are talking about the factors of love energy and the new vibration that comes with that, what it's going to bring to us in terms of the secrets that are going to be revealed, okay? So I want to get a couple of cards from the Journey of Love. Let's see what the Queen of Knowledge is weaving. What is she looking into? Spirit, can you please give us some information about the tapestry having been woven to weaving itself together now? So they're talking to me about one of my quantum partners who is in Norway, and that person and I have bonded together my guides are saying very completely. That person had a vision. I haven't asked permission, so I'm not going to say that person's name, but they want me to tell you about the vision because it relates to this, and thank you, Spirit. I've been stressing about this for months. I'm like, how am I going to what is that vision? What is it you want me to say? I feel it. I was activated. I know, but I don't know how to put words on it. So, okay, so my guys are saying, so that's what this moment is for. So that person had a vision about the two of us walking down a pathway together. And it seemed like it was in the time of summer. And in fact, I'm going to go there next spring. It's going to be part of my journey, which I will continue to update you about. But we were walking down a pathway together. It was out in the country, as if you were walking down a road that has wagon wheel tracks, an ancient road. And there came a moment when we stepped on something that was buried in the grass. And we looked at each other and said, oh, look, there's a gate there. There's a gate. It was ancient, petrified wood, had been lying buried in the grass for a long, long time. The eons, my guides are saying, the eons of human history and human destiny. So many of us have experienced, and some of us believe that there are portals in this place that hold sacred energy, sacred gateways. So we stepped on something. It was a gateway. It was massive and very heavy, and we managed to reach down and pick it up and stand it up. And when it came into its standing position, it was filled with flowers. Massive amount of flowers. Flowers all around us, and it had a lock on it, and it had factors of the tapestry from the way I interpret it. Woven strings of metal that conduct electricity. The recepting place of the unified field and what it is to walk through a gateway in all of these ways. Okay. So I understand that part of the destiny that that person and I have together is to go find the gateway and unlock something. So there was a lock on it. Whatever this gateway is or was, it's been hidden in secret. See that? All these millennia. My guys just keep talking about all these millennia that we've been experiencing. Yeah, look. Thank you, Spirit. This is why I cry sometimes. That's where we're at. All these things are coming into some massive convergence. Thank you, Spirit, so much. Do you see all the souls? Do you see? That's what I saw. Thank you, Spirit. It looked very much like that. Very much like that. And there was a sort of a factor of it where all of this was falling out of the sky. I was watching it fall through the dimensions of time. So here we are in this place now, all lit up. Many colors, lots of different types of energy, but standing together in this sacred place as we go through the portal and we weave the tapestry. So we found this magic gateway and we stood there, and I just realized this morning what my partner said was, we're just as if we're the gate posts. And I realized, oh, yes, we are the gate posts. The literal thing, the gate, is a vision that helps us understand what's happening. So that person and I, when we join our energies together, next year when I go to Norway, we are the gate posts. It's the joining of the energy that brings the gateway into visibility, allows us to unlock it and walk through. And I think it's going to be happening kind of everywhere, this kind of sacred convergence. Okay, you guys want me to look at the book. There, which often means there are some words that I'm not saying. So hang on, let me just take a peek. Okay, there is a coming together happening within your body and your soul. There's a unification. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let me just hold it up. There is a unification of all that is and all that is within you. This is akin to traveling to a strange land and all sorts of new sensations, not all of them welcome at first, but they begin to make themselves known to you. That's why the seer is here. Thank you, Spirit. We're literally going through the gateway. So the High Priestess in this deck is the guardian of the gateway. I can't remember if I said that. Okay. If you are experiencing discomfort within your own body or uncertainty and a sense of expansion to include more of life in your thoughts and in your feelings, then you are conscious of this sacred convergence that is happening. It is like two worlds or more colliding in this moment. I'm so happy to be relieved of this burden right now because I've been so trying to figure it out. And I had this inside of myself as a knowing, but I couldn't figure out the words for it. So thank you, guides and angels and whoever it is that helps me do this. If you are sensitive, you will feel it happening as an important event without necessarily having a physical situation to attribute the experience to. And again, it's why the seer is here. It's why we're being asked to see, and we're being given the gift of being able to see. Mystical vision while we stand here in the 3D and wrestle with our 3D lives and the people who come forward with whom we literally exist in the 5D and the 4D, and we take the journey back and forth. And every time we go back and forth, then we get some more clarity, and then we nest here again to let something rise to the surface so that it can be brought into the convergence. Okay, they're talking about relationships. So, gosh. You may be encountering this in a very physical sense by finding yourself in situations which you previously would have avoided. You may be meeting people and thrown into relationship with them, apparently more by circumstance than by your own conscious choosing. This is a meeting of you with perhaps your shadow side and with perhaps all of existence. And it is something to rejoice in, even if it is uncomfortable at times. Remember to be gentle and loving with yourself and kindly seek to find the beauty in what you are learning about yourself, in your interactions, and in your experiences. Okay, my guides are saying they're correcting that to say through your interactions and through your experiences. You are wise. You are seeking to know your deepest self rather than judge others. That's what the relationships are for. And we will go through all the acrobatics there. So what's coming through at the moment is part of that vision that I had was the acrobatics of human interactions through time. And how as each soul fell through their lifetime, all of those things added up to this moment, which still doesn't do it justice. I'm going to try to remind myself to talk about going backwards through the timeline. And I might not be able to pull that out yet, but I know that that's part of what's happening. So, as we approach this gateway, you're going to see the gateway in your own life. Some of you are literally going to find it. I think my partner and I are going to find a portal because of the joining of our energies. It's a gift that we've both been given. There's a supreme amount of love and trust, as there always is. Okay, ooh, my guys just said, as should be given to those connections, because the challenges are going to come. And I literally just having a conversation with my beautiful daughter about what it is to sail through the thread of a relationship, the energy that brings you into contact with another human being, in order to find the knots and use the energy to pull the knots apart and then go forward to the next place. All right, Spirit. So what we're learning about ourselves inside your interactions and experiences. You are a wise soul seeking to know yourself rather than judge another. And it's very important at this time to remember and keep to the awareness of that, my guides are saying, because it keeps us out of blame and shame, basically. So remember your divine perfection as you are thrilled and challenged in this time of immense growth. You are guided to be curious, as though traveling to a forgotten land, a foreign land, and remaining open to experiencing its treasures, although they may be new and unknown to you. So the oracle holds a message for you. A deeper part of yourself is calling you forward. Any discontent, struggle, anxiety, or fear is a subconscious recognition of this. Don't worry. You are a unique plant in the divine garden. You don't have to know what you plant. Okay, I'm reading it wrong. Hang on. Oh, you don't have to know what plant you are in order to grow. Again, sacred vision. It may not all be clear all in a moment, but attend to the task, and you're going to feel drawn to it. That's part of what this is about. I think, oops, hang on, let me move this over. Sorry about that, gang. You don't have to have the full knowledge in order to flow into the energy and do the exploration and be vulnerable and be open and be standing there at your own gateway while you're standing at the sacred gateway of sacred convergence. So you are a unique plant in the divine garden. You don't have to know everything in order to grow. You just need to live each day and allow the growth to happen naturally. Okay, they're pointing to this. The alchemist. Allow the alchemy to happen as we go forward now, because I think there's just going to be a lot of it for years. But the inception point is this point that we're at now. So, oh yeah, and here it comes. Thank you, Spirit. And then you can see over time the beauty of your true nature revealing itself to you. It will be a revelation to be relished. Okay. So, thank you, Spirit. What is it we'd like to do? Let's check in with that beautiful woman. Okay. Here's, oh boy. Nope, we're coming back here first. All right, so I'm just going to put the deck down, okay? So you can see, my guides are saying, so you can see the live action. All right, so this is the combat of knowledge. Five of Pentacles. Struggle. Feeling our aloneness. Wanting to be joined together. And we've clung to each other in the ways that we have. And now that is coming to fruition. That's a story about a mystical goddess. Do you see the stone? It's the same stone. This is literally the story of the transformation, okay? So she had some quarrels with her earthly husband. She was in labor. She had to run this race to get over the finish line. She won because she's a mystical goddess. And in that moment, she literally gave birth to twins. So, hang on, let me just channel through. Let them channel through for a minute. Okay, the seed pods, that's why they were talking about plants in that reading. The seed pods of the new that's going to grow. It's not, okay, it is, now I'm going to talk about physics, which I know almost nothing about. But these things come through, okay? So bear with me and feel free to correct me if you have more knowledge than I do. The seed pods, yeah, they're talking about flowers. They're talking about the flowers that are on the gateway and the way they are meant to grow and spread. And that is, in fact, my intention is to spread seeds of energy every place I go in order to create new plants so that they can create more seeds, so that they can go out on the wind. So it was through the struggle that this woman had, this goddess, even though she was a goddess, that brought forward the factors of the new life, the beginning of the new tapestry. That's what it's about. Thank you, Spirit. That it is why it is here with the tapestry weaver. So, my guys are saying the factors of that story that attend to this story. More images of sacrifice. It is about revelation. What is being revealed to us in these moments about the struggles that we've had, the place in which humanity has been, all the ways in which we have hurt each other, all the things that happened that caused a wounding at the heart chakra, and the grief. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Twins. We're letting go of this. There's something that's being changed, right? So we're seeing male energy and female energy. The avalanche of human history that has attended to these things in order to bond us together, very interestingly, in the season of winter, so we can have victory over that now. I like it. I really like it. And we see the feminine. We see all the feminine energy that's affecting us. The male energy, the impetus, that part of the yin-yang cycle. Of course, it's creating movement and shift and change so that what has been can literally transform through a death process that liberates our devotion and therefore activates us. I like it. Thank you, Spirit. So grateful for the help because I was really worried about how do I say? How do I say about those pictures that came into my head? Because it was giant and it went on for a long time. So this is a story. My cards are saying this is a story now. All right. So there we go. All these things are revealed about all of human history. And so, through the liberation of our devotion, the death and rebirth cycle that we're going through as energetic beings, then up through the gravestone comes the flowers. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, hang on, I'm verklempt. Ooh, okay. We are going to be harvesting the seeds that come to us from all that has passed. All the sacrifices, all the things that look like this have been bringing us into this sacred convergence. And it is out of the destiny timeline that the healing comes forward. And we are now able to harvest the flowers, the thing I was literally just talking about, the thing that one of my quantum activators had a vision about. It is about that person and I. It's about something that's going to happen when we join our energies. But it is very broadly about this. Do you see the midnight garment on this woman? Able to reach into the past to pull forward the healing, because the healing literally grows up from that place. Flowers, seeds, to be used to initiate what is meant to come forward. All right, that's what this is. That's why this is here in this moment, because my guides are helping me tell the story. Right? I know many of you know sort of the backstory, but for now, it's an illustration about to try to weave together the things that I'm trying to say. All right, Spirit. So we are coming into the full light of the sun, a massive amount of radiant energy. And of course, we're being attuned, and you guys know, you've heard me talk about Schumann's resonance and all that good stuff. It's the stuff of the unified field, the energy of the sun. Okay, hang on, there's something coming through. The way we stand on the earth now, having been through the transformation, ready for the illumination to come. Having been prepared for the awakening because of Uranus in Taurus, all the energy that the fire signs hold. So go, there's always appendages, and as I often say, I could talk for 6 hours, but I will not. But go look, right? What is the energy of a fire sign individual? What do those people bring? How is the earth being illuminated with the energy of the unified field? Okay, what are they trying to say? They're talking about this. Okay, it's about physics again. It's the factors of the energy that come from the sun, and the literal factors of that, but also there's just always say implications, the deeper meaning. They're talking about physics. I believe it has to do with the shift in the Earth's axis and the intensification of Schumann's resonance and the way the energy field is shifting and how we are now feeling it, how it is now able to reach us, and how we're now able to take it in. And there's history. Do you see history? Okay, there's the artifact. There's the turning of destiny. This is a real place. Epona, I believe, in the British Islands. Some must be in England. Anyways, that's a real place that exists. Some of you know about it in a real way that I don't know. So share that with us on the discussion tab below. Because our energy has been transformed, while the energy of the unified field intensifies and shifts and changes us, we've been brought forward now, more able to respond to it, take it in, and stand in this place with that energy. And then more destiny comes forward, I guess is what that's about. So let's see. I'm going to put that right here. Okay? Okay. Hang on. They're trying to decide if they want one more card. That's enough for now. Okay. So let's go to the runes. Okay, so my guides are saying it's important to be especially available now to the quantum energy that's coming through your partnerships, because it is attempting to enlighten you and free you and bring you to a place that is more grounded in this way. Okay. It's a portal. We know those people are portals for us. It's always true. If you're willing to stand there and let the transmission, that's what it is, and let the transmission come through and touch it and know that it's activating you. Seeds of the past, bringing forward destiny. So when I go to Norway, there's something that's going to happen. And I think it's a little bit true about all places, because I'm also now being invited to the Aztec ruins in New Mexico. And I've planted a seed, cross your fingers for me, just the other day. Have begun to be in touch with the Park Service to see if I can get access to the sacred kiva. So if you don't know that, look it up on the web. There's a very sacred place there, and I've asked to be able to come there and spend a day, perhaps with a group of people, to sort of to do this in a certain way. To see what comes through all those strings of energy that stand now in this place of convergence, and to, activate, see, in a group way. Spirit, what is it, please, that you want to say through the runes about this? Okay, they want me to talk while my hand is in the bag. So, okay. So I think I said it, but maybe not. Maybe I didn't say it enough. There are factors of needing to really be with yourself now as we sail into this moon, because the energy's coming forward and being activated. It's a moment of being able to reach into the super conscious of the human connection, into the mystery, the destiny, the love, the way the truth of love becomes revealed to us now. And make your commitments there. Those are the things you are to commit to. Whatever it is comes through to you into your heart chakra, because you see, and sometimes, you see because of what you feel. So follow the feelings, because we are being activated. Do you see the liberator of devotion? We're going to go in, literally, the past, the avalanche of the past, bringing forward this amalgamation over all of human history now. There is a moment that it's all being tempered to drive us into and through the portal so that we can be liberated and have our visions, put down the burdens that keep us stuck in the place we've been in. Allow us to be in the boat, as the full moon comes on, and we know that this is going to affect us for the next 6 months, so that we can have that journey, stand at the gateway, the guardian of truth, the sacred high priestess. While this temperance is happening, and we see it at the soul level, and we see it at the human level, you're going to actually feel it. You're going to be going through it. Whether it's just with yourself, or with your partners, or the people that are around you. Okay, gosh, that's what my guides are. Hang on, they're talking to me about, a phone call that I had this morning that was literally about this topic. When you suddenly see and you have the ability to sing and pray and chant and prepare yourself to grasp the sword, that's the moment of temperance. And decisions come forward, and it does bring you through this process. In order to use what has been transformed through the liberation of devotion, it's what brings us through the process. That's what that person was talking about. I'm finally ready now. I'm writing a letter to speak my truth in order to bring transformation into a family system. That's what that was all about. Really interesting, and represented here in all these ways. Because the desire that person has, thank you, Spirit, the desire that person has is this, But they've got to untie the knot. They've got to speak their truth upon the sword. Because, okay, my guy just said, like everybody else, that person is feeling this inside them. And you see how, in a way, in this card, it looks like they're walking into a new place. There's a gateway. Thank you, Spirit. We are walking through together because of our activation and because of our relationships. We're just walking. Hang on. See if I can get that a little closer. See, there's somebody going through the gateway. Okay. Big shout out and lots of love to my quantum partners who serve me so deeply. And hopefully I them. All right. Okay, now that was enough words. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I'm just going to take a moment. Yeah. History. Weaving together the patterns. Okay, we're just going to be able to see it now. I like it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Well, gosh, I could put this down just about anywhere, but let's put it here with the Queen of Pentacles as she's weaving our destiny, and I will read to you from the book. And eager to hear about all your sharing. I will be with you to the best of my ability, like this and like this. Do you see how this looks into this? It's very exciting to me. We are healing our past. Whatever was meant to come from all of these difficulties throughout our, quote, timeline, coming to the surface now. We're going to harvest them. Okay. That is the rune for movement. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, boy. I'm relieved. I was really needing some serious help. Because sometimes what comes through to me is just so gigantic that I can't. My guys just said, you can't put it in your mouth. And it's been a couple of months coming forward now. All right, so this is the rune Awaz. It is about movement. It is about progress. It is symbolized by the horse. Awaz is a rune of transit, transition, and movement. It is about physical shifts, new dwelling places, meaning that, my guides are saying, and new attitudes, and a new life. It also signifies movement in the sense of improving or bettering any situation, which is this crap, my guides are saying. They said the S word, but I decided not to go there with them for once in the moment. Oh my gosh. So a sense of gradual development and steady progress with the accompanying notion of slow growth through numerous shifts and changes. This could apply to the growth of a business, to the development of an idea. A relationship may need to undergo changes if it is to live and grow. Moral effort and steadfastness are called for when you draw the rune for movement. It is one of the cycle runes. Let it be said this way: as I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. And my guy said, point to that. As I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. Thank you, Spirit. So this rune's symbol is the horse, and it signifies the bond between horse and rider. Bronze Age artifacts show a horse drawing the sun across the sky. Look. Ooh, giving me a tingle. Here, Awaz is saying to you, you have progressed far enough to feel a measure of safety in your current position. Now it is time to turn again and face the future reassured. Prepare to share the good fortune that comes your way. The sharing is significant since it relates to the sun's power whew, to foster life and illuminate all things with its light. Thanks, everybody. I will be so totally with you energetically in these next couple of days. And don't worry about it if you don't see this till after the full moon. My guides are saying, have no worries, just trust. You'll see the message when you're meant to. Whenever you fall upon this message, it will be the right time for you. And you just have to trust your own journey. It's been massive, massive, as we know. But timelines are shifting. Make your commitments where they're meant to be and trust your journey. So thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. Please share this widely and share any wisdom that you have. Anything that you see now is something for the convergence, for the collective. Tell your truth. Speak it onto the sword of victory with love and passion and compassion, and know that you are literally weaving together the strings of our past in order to bring forward the healing of our future destiny, because we are standing right there now. Yep, it might be challenging. I mean, we know, if you know what is proposed, both spiritually and through the astrology of what's going on, we're going to be sailing. But don't worry, because we're literally standing at the gateway for this. So thanks, gang. I'm going to go try to do some readings now. I was not allowed this morning to get any readings out, and I'm going to try now. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. I'm going to publish this right away, and then I'm going to start spinning out the readings. Thank you for all the love and support. Anybody who continues to feel that they want me to come into the place that they are in order to harvest and spread some flower seeds, lift up the gateway, unlock the gateway, and walk through, I'm there to the best of my ability. All right. So I'm going to leave here. I'm heading to Rochester and Buffalo, New York. I will return there at holiday time, and I'm in the process of putting together a retreat there. It might be on the solstice, which is the 20th of December. It might be just after the new year. It might be on the new year. So I'm getting that push from the inside very strongly over the last couple days. So if you're in that area and you have an interest in that, please contact me, send me a message, and I will get back to you, and we'll plant some seeds and we'll make it happen. Okay? So I'll be traveling to Western New York, then I'm going to drop straight down into Ohio. I'm going to pass through Kansas City, and I'm going to go on to New Mexico, probably with some stops in there along the way. All right. So when I stop and I have, time in the morning before I start driving, I can fit readings in. Okay. I think that's how it's going to go, and possibly in the evening if I'm not too tired from driving. All right. Thanks, gang. I look forward to seeing you soon.